Hi, I'm natekokernot. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm presenting the last step in the forgiveness process as it was downloaded to Nouk Sanchez, a Course in Miracles teacher who had had direct communications from Jesus with this practical procedure for how to awaken from the dream of separation. Trust and gratitude are the seventh and last step in the forgiveness process. Let's look at trust first. None of this works if you don't believe it works, because we have established already that our beliefs are the fundamental cause of what we experience in this life. So if we have practiced thinking only thoughts given to us by God and changed our minds sufficiently, we will begin to experience effects that follow suit with our beliefs, just like they were before, but with less pleasant results. If you think your beliefs don't play a role in your healing, you might ask yourself, if when you have a headache, for instance, whether your belief that the Advil you're going to take will make the headache go away has anything to do with the headache going away. You may not buy into it, but what if I handed you a spoonful of honey and insisted that would make the headache go away? You'd probably laugh at me because you don't believe it, and you might politely decline the honey as you reach for the Advil. Each time you're practicing this forgiveness process, you are believing in it more, simply by thinking these thoughts. And it is when your belief in it has become so rock solid that you never doubt it, that the effects begin to change. You have to trust that you are simply uncovering the truth that has been here all along. You're not changing anything by forgiving things of this world. You are undoing the very idea of change. You are unlearning everything that you thought you knew, and that turned out to be a hindrance to knowing the actual truth. And you're admitting to yourself that you were wrong about it. Thank God you were wrong. There's the gratitude. Thank God this world is not a fearful place after all. Thank God you now have the capacity to look past fear. Thank God that you have found a way that assures you a permanent peace and joy, and you don't have to lift a finger to get there. Thank God that all you had to do is choose different thoughts to listen to. Thank God there is a sure way to attain peace of mind. Thank God you listen to that other quieter voice. Now let me be very clear about something. The gratitude you feel towards God isn't for the sake of making God feel seen and appreciated. God does not have an ego with which to feel seen and appreciated. The gratitude is towards yourself, because it is you that have chosen again. God was right all along, of course, and you are finally arriving at his conclusion that all is well. Thank God you don't have to strive and toil and struggle to attain the joy and peace and the awareness of love that is your rightful inheritance. Thank God you have finally concluded that the truth is true and only the truth is true, and that the truth is the best news you've ever heard. There is no need for worry or anxiety or fear of any kind. Thank God that you have removed doubt from the equation, that your beliefs are firmly aligned with the truth, and that your invulnerable innocence is the truth, and therefore there is no punishment awaiting you. Thank God there is nothing that should be different than what it is. Thank God there is nothing and no one to fear. Thank God you don't have to prove yourself worthy anymore. Thank God you don't have to sacrifice anything besides your beliefs in what is false. Thank God, once again, that you were wrong all this time, that sin is real, and that fear and anger were legitimate reactions to anything. Thank God there is no order of difficulty in miracles. Thank God that you are one with all your brothers and sisters. Thank God your senses are lying to you. Thank God the world is not so vicious and cruel as you've perceived it to be. The gratitude works as the motivation to go deeper into this process of transformation, and that as you go deeper, your trust in the process is more and more stable and unbending. The trust, which is also increasing as you notice that your triggers are less and less intense, holds hands with the gratitude to further motivate you to practice changing your mind by simply holding on to thoughts that are aligned with the truth and letting go of thoughts that are not aligned with the truth. Thank God it's all so simple in the end. Forgiving the world is the key to permanent joy and peace and love, and there are no other ways. But that's okay because you have found the way that is guaranteed to work. that's all for today. Thank you for listening, and if you found these ideas helpful, I hope that you will like and subscribe. And I hope your day is filled with the blessings and the peace that you deserve. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.